Real estate is all about location, location, location. But when it comes to designing the projects, I believe it's not about the quality of the marble only or about the quality of the paint or the quality of the wood.
For someone who's planning to buy real estate for the first time, what would you advise them? Is it important?
If you are an end user, what you need to look for is a lifestyle that fits yours.
What more do you see that can be done in terms of the infrastructure? How do you see Dubai in the next few years?
Cities, they pass through evolutions in terms of urban growth. Dubai was a young city, let's say 15, 20 years ago. And I know that everyone is talking about the financial crisis that's coming next year, global war, people worry what's going to happen in Dubai. Mark my word, financial crisis is coming.
Do you think that these locations will hold more value very soon because it's, again, the last few options available?
Anything that's facing water in Dubai will increase in value way more than you think, because I don't see many lands in Dubai in general, particularly in areas with the water view, and everyone loves water in Dubai.
Understood.
I promise you.
Casinos are opening up. What do you think about the casinos? Do you think they'll be opening up in Dubai?
Honestly, I think yes, logically it should come at some point in time. Not sure when, but logically I think, yeah, why not? Dubai has everything, right? It has the biggest malls, the islands, the entertainment. So why not to add the casino to the mix? Investment in real estate, to me, is one of the best, if not the best investment, for multiple reasons.
It's changing.
100%. There is a lot of demand on luxury products. Luxury products can double and triple your money if you pick up the right location, the right design, and if you go with the right developers. If you go with those three elements, you can make tons of money in this market.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of MR8 Talks. My name is Abel, and today I have a very special, renowned guest who's very well known in the market. He's known by the name Dr. Baydoun, also known as Doctor of Dubai Real Estate. Welcome, Doctor. Thank you for having you on the show.
The pleasure is mine.
So, Doctor, you're hailing all the way from Beirut. Ever since you were a child, you were always around architecture and building things. What about these from the early days is still helping you and guiding you through in your daily lives?
Look, I could mention two things. First of all, how the idea of architecture came to my mind. Funny enough, I come from a family where the guys, most of them, they are architects. I don't know why, it just happened by coincidence. Maybe we have it in our genes. I still remember I was 8 years old when my cousin was preparing his graduation project. And at that point in time, the models used to be prepared out of wood and material, no laser cutting.
Yes, toothpicks and...
Exactly. Yeah. So my dad was helping him with his model. I picked up the leftovers, wood, greenery, plexiglass, and I disappeared for a couple of days. And I came back after designing my first building at the age of 8. My dad looked at it and said, "Son, you cannot be but an architect." And that's the moment exactly at which I decided to become an architect, and I didn't change my mind after that. People, they go through the teenage period, they're confused, they don't know what to do. Never happened. I had one goal and one goal only, and I got it done. Also, my dad, he was a carpenter. So during my teenage years, I used to go with him the construction sites during summer breaks.
Okay.
And that was a great opportunity for me to see how things are done on site in reality, how the door jabs are fixed, how kitchens are produced, how the tiles are installed, the detailing of the skirting, connection of material. I've learned all of that even before joining the School of Architecture. So when I entered the School of Architecture, all of those kids, they were coming directly from school. They had no idea about how the construction world works, and they had a hard time to imagine how the drawings are implemented in real life. I didn't have this problem because I had the advantage of being on construction sites since the age of 14.
Interesting. And they always say children, they learn more by seeing than hearing.
True.
And you got the best opportunity, and that is to be with your father. And he actually involved you in his career, and this actually added a lot of value that gave you a boost.
100%. And also he did he went for the extra mile with me because at the age of 16, he put for me a tutor that started teaching me technical drawings.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I started learning how to create layouts, spaces, dimensioning, the basics of interior design. I've learned all of that at the age of 16.
Okay.
And then he put for me another tutor that was helping me or teaching me freehand drawing, also which enhanced my drawing skills, which helped me better present my ideas and transform my ideas into sketches that eventually became designs and projects that
That
are real and spread all over the Middle East regions and some of them all over the world because my experience is not limited to the Middle East.
No, that is beautiful. So now you have your dad who has been the main foundation, but to add to that, you went beyond and went through different career paths, different degrees, and now you have a doctorate. How does all of this combine together add value today? How do you see the lens that you see will not be the same a normal architect would see? What is that edge that you have that nobody else has?
It's a very, very good question. Because the whole thing started since year one at the School of Architecture. When I entered, I had the number one ranking on my school, but everyone in the School of Architecture had the number one ranking on his school. So it was a very competitive environment. And I didn't know if I'm gonna be able to be also the number one within this very competitive group. So what happened is that I started learning that it's not just about the design, it's about how you present the design. And I had it always, this public speaking skills. I had it since I was a kid.
How did you build that up?
It just came naturally to me. I think it's just a talent that I
Your
have.
father used to speak a lot?
Not really my mother. My mother, she's a
Okay.
very good speaker,
Okay.
even up till now. And also at the same time, they used to pick me up for public events at the school to go up on stage and speak. I never feared the stage. And to be honest, there is something that happened that helped me during my teenage period. Funny enough, I was a very shy kid. Then at the age of 14, my mom sent me to a summer camp and I tried martial arts for the first time in my life at that age. And I discovered that I know how to fight. Actually, I'm very good in fighting. I started with judo. Yeah, and I won the championship of the club in judo.
Okay.
Then my parents sent me to a karate school. I excelled. In 1 year, I was a national champion in Lebanon. I was competing on the number one or in the highest ranked championships in Lebanon.
If I'm not wrong, you have a black belt.
I have 2 black belts.
Wow.
Yeah, one in karate, one in MMA.
Okay.
I know that's the MMA part is gonna sound weird, but in Lebanon, MMA falls under the Jiu-Jitsu Federation, and they
Okay.
have a belt system.
Understood.
So I got my first belt at the age of 18, the second black belt at the age of 35.
Okay.
Now, why is this related to your question? It's because try to imagine with me this moment
Yeah.
where you are fighting and hundreds of people are watching you.
The pressure.
You are entering the ring eye to eye with your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
He's been preparing for months to destroy you, and you've been preparing for months to destroy him. Heartbeat is off the roof.
Yes.
You enter eye to eye. For the first few seconds, you are freaking out. Then you clash. The moment you clash, you are in that world. You're disconnected from all the shouting,
Yes.
the cheering. You don't see anyone. It's you against him. And if you manage to come out of that victorious, believe me, after that, any public speaking experience will be easy.
Doesn't matter anymore.
That's why people ask me, how come, doctor, you don't freak out coming up on stage, speaking to 2,000, 3,000 people? Well, I'm not going to be punched in the face at least, so still easier. Going back to the School of Architecture and why I was different, because I had always this skill. So the professors used to look at my design, they say, yeah, it's very nice. But when I presented, they used to say, wow. Even there was a joke about me at the School of Architecture. They used to say, Muhammad, if he presents in a white paper
Yes.
as his design for a project, he's going to manage the jury to convince them that he designed a project on the snow and under the ground.
Wow.
This is how good I was in public speaking. So that helped me a lot. Then I graduated from the School of Architecture after winning 2 awards, by the way.
Okay.
And that helped me to get headhunted by a company called Millennium Development,
Okay.
which was owned by the Prime Minister of Lebanon at that point in time.
Okay.
It was the first development management company in the region. Like even the big developers in Middle East, they used to be our clients, including Dubai.
Wow.
Because developers used not to have their own development teams. That idea was still new.
The concept of development was not common.
Exactly.
People build one building and that's it.
So we used to charge like a fortune for that. And then in the process, I learned, and also I got a scholarship for the urban design program at the American University of Beirut. So I was studying urban design while working in development because initially what I wanted to do before graduation is just to work as a simple architectural designer. Well, I'm not just that. People ask me, what do you do in Damak? I'll tell them the head of development. They think that I just design projects. Designing is just one piece of what I do. In the process, I learned that the commercial dimension is extremely important in the success of any design because if you have the best design in the world that's not commercially viable, it means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started mastering the technicalities of the projects because, again, you can put very sophisticated designs, and my design is very sophisticated.
Yes.
But my power as a designer is that I know how to challenge engineers and technical people to make sure that my designs are implemented because all of them, they want to cut corners. And all the engineers are gonna hate me now, but that's the truth. They like to be over conservative and they like to pick up the conventional path. I push them to go beyond the conventional path and to think from outside the box to make sure that my designs are becoming a reality. So that's one dimension. The other financial dimension is the financial,
Yep.
and that's why I made sure that I had an MBA after the Masters of Urban Design
Okay.
to make
So
sure
now you could think from both sides.
100%. And I worked on very extensive commercial sides of projects, including public listing of projects, fundraising, and not just the simple feasibilities and margin calculations. I went through the whole 9 yards. So now, when I put a sketch for any project, in the back of my mind, all the engineering calculations are being run, all the financial calculations are being run, and that's why I put very sophisticated designs that are technically viable and commercially successful. And I believe that's why I'm different, with all my due respect, than most of not, if not all, the designers or architectural designers in the region.
Interesting.
But in addition to that, after finishing the urban design, I decided to get the doctor title. And I have a
Yes.
very funny story for that.
Yes. So you're a doctor in architecture or it's still business?
I have a doctorate in risk management of development projects.
So that would be DBA?
It covers the business administration part.
Okay.
And it covers also the technical part because I made sure that my dissertation is covering both aspects.
Both angles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted actually to amalgamate all of my previous experiences in one document, which was my thesis.
Understood.
And I actually entered the school of the PhD program in 2009, directly after the financial crisis. So that's why risk management made sense at that point in time.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was
Was
spot on.
Spot on.
Exactly.
In Dubai, everyone says luxury. We're luxury. We're luxury. To you, what is luxury?
Look,
I'm talking specifically to real estate now.
100%. To me, luxury has multiple components. And for me, luxury is a felt experience rather than a list of requirements or a list of boxes that needs to be ticked. Definitely, location is very important when it comes to luxury. That's something that we cannot negotiate. Real estate is all about location, location, location. But when it comes to designing the projects, I believe it's not about the quality of the marble only or about the quality of the paint or the quality of the wood. Those are prerequisites that goes without saying. For me, luxury is about the amenities created, the lifestyle that's being provided, and those shall not be random. It should be based on the requirements, the needs, and also the challenges that your buyers are facing on a daily basis. You need to provide a solution for a problem and at the same time provide a feature that will enhance the quality of their lifestyle. Many people, they fall into the trap where they do market research and they say, well, in the market, those are the amenities that are the highest in demand, so you need to provide it. If you notice in my designs, it's not always the case. I come up with stuff that are introduced in Dubai's market for the first time. And it's not just to show off creativity, no. It's because people sometimes don't know they need something till they see it and they experience it. Before the introduction of the iPhone, did people know that they need a smartphone?
No.
They didn't know. They knew they needed it after Steve Jobs created that and people felt it, experienced it. Then they said, you know what, it's a necessity now.
Correct.
So there is always an opportunity to create a product and a feature that's unprecedented in the market and at the same time that adds value to the life of people. By mixing and matching all of that, I think this is where luxury can be felt. Now, people are becoming more and more sophisticated when it comes to experiencing luxury. That's why people now are expecting what I call customized luxury. And you see this not just in real estate, you see it in cars, sometimes in jewelry, where people want to have something that exactly to their liking, a color that's only
Representing themselves. Just like
exactly
what you spoke about. You like the green
100%,
tones and you like jewelry that is designed by yourself so that it doesn't look like a uniform.
100%, 100%. So, and the same logic now applies on real estate. That's why, particularly for the very, very high-end products, people are looking for customization. Now, the challenge is in customization is that if you let each customer pick up his own design, do his own modifications, you lose the economies of scale.
Correct.
And then the cost jumps
Not
off the roof.
feasible, yes.
100%. But the way to do it is to create what I call mass customization. Create multiple modules that can be combined differently to create unique projects. So the customer will have multiple options for each element, combine it in a different way. By that, he will be able to create an experience that's customized to him without having a construction code that's off the roof that breaks down the concept of economies of scale.
Interesting. For someone who's planning to buy real estate for the first time, is it important that, how do you say it? What would you advise them? Is it important if they buy something special, or is there a specific journey they need to go through to buy something that is significantly, let's say, luxurious?
It depends. Are you buying for investment or are you buying as an end user? The answer will be different. So if you are an end user, what you need to look for is a lifestyle that fits yours. For me, as an example, I'm a very active man, obviously. I like sports. I'm an outdoors person. I come from Lebanon, which is a country that's very outroverted, and we like the outdoors. So it made sense for me to live in a community. I live in Damak Hills.
Understood.
If you lock me in a tower, I won't be as happy for sure. That's one. The second thing is you need to pick up a product that mixes and matches with your lifestyle and your preferences. Because sometimes what you like is different than what I like. It doesn't mean that you have a bad taste or have a good taste. It's just that we have different tastes.
Preferences.
And that trap, I don't fall in it whenever I design any building. People think that I design to my preferences. I don't, by the way. If you see my house, it's extremely different than the designs I put in the market. Why? Because that's my personal preference. I don't project my personal preferences over a product that will be sold to other people.
Correct.
I need to understand what other people want and provide them with what they need. So that's if you're going for a end user experience. If you're an investor, whether you invest on luxury or non-luxury, it's extremely important to invest in something that hard to replicate and duplicate, and that doesn't come with a big quantity when it comes to supply. That's why, by the way, now people are investing even in luxury products. It's becoming a very good investment, because what used to be considered as luxury in Dubai 15 and 20 years ago is not luxury anymore.
Correct. The standards have gone high.
100%. And people that buy in Palm Jumeirah at the 10 and 15,000 dirham per square foot, sometimes they complain that we're not getting the quality, it's bad quality. No, it's not bad quality, but you're getting a quality of 3, 4, and 1,000 dirhams at which the developer launched like 20 years ago. Unless you buy an upgraded unit, that's what you're going to get. That's why you see areas like, as an example, Dubai Water Canal, which is what I'm calling now is the billionaire's line.
Okay.
It's highly in demand. Why? Because those are new products and mixing and matching with the new standards of luxury living in Dubai. So that's why luxury now in Dubai is extremely different. And that's why investing in such products in locations where you won't expect a large quantity of supply can be a great investment opportunity. I'm not sure if you want to mention names or examples, but look at Four Seasons and Mr. C Cipriani. It was launched at 6,500 dirhams a few years ago. Now it's transacting in the secondary market at 15,000 dirhams. So that's a way better investment opportunity, as an example, than townhouses. People see townhouses as the best investment opportunity. It's not always the case. When you have a unique product, luxury product that cannot be replicated easily, yes, you will be making tons of money. You can double and triple your money in those products.
Fair enough. You are someone who's constantly designing all throughout. Your career is all about design, architecture, creating new things, creating things that people believe is not feasible, but you somehow show solutions on how it can be feasible and evolve. Dubai itself is performing at a very high level. From your perspective, with your experience, what more do you see that can be done in terms of the infrastructure? How do you see Dubai in the next few years?
Dubai in the next few years is gonna,
There is room to grow.
of
In your
course,
opinion, what is
100%.
there to grow?
I'll tell you. Cities, they pass through evolutions in terms of urban growth. Dubai was a young city, let's say 15, 20 years ago. And I know that everyone is talking about the financial crisis that's coming next year, global war, people worry what's going to happen in Dubai. Mark my word, financial crisis is coming. Prices of real estate properties in Dubai are going to increase even more because of the financial crisis. Money has to be parked somewhere.
Correct.
In recessions, currency gets devaluated. You need to park the money somewhere. And I believe real estate will always be the best option and the best bet. Crypto, I'm a believer in crypto in the longer run, don't get me wrong, but will go down. Stocks markets are already going down. Gold started going down. Always the safest option is to invest in an income generating asset. It's not because I'm in the real estate, I'm recommending real estate, but you need to invest in an income generating asset. It can be a company, by the way.
Yes, I've always heard that during recessions, the best thing to invest in is company and real estate. Small scale companies that are exiting, buy.
Exactly. So that's why I anticipate the demand will be even higher. Now, what's going to happen to Dubai because of that? Dubai now, the biggest challenge that we're facing is the scarcity of land.
Yes.
Because Dubai is
We're
now
fighting for plots.
almost fully developed, almost. So what will happen now, we're going to enter a new cycle, and mark my word, we're going to start seeing old areas in Dubai being demolished and getting redeveloped. Why this will be a good option? It all depends on the numbers. Real estate is the game of numbers. The selling prices are increasing to the point where it's justifying that you buy an existing building, knock it down, build a new one, and still make a good margin. And with the increase of prices that I am anticipating in the coming 2 to 3 years, that can become more and more feasible. That's why you're going to see even more vertical development in Dubai. Areas, the old ones with horizontal development, are going to be knocked down. Power is going to go up. And also you're going to see areas, particularly in Dubai land, where you're going to have the new airport coming up.
Yes.
That will be boosting the value of property substantially. Why? Because it's horizontal development. Option for horizontal living and lifestyle will become more and more limited because of the value of the land. Proximity to airport. Many financial centers from DIP to Dubai Hills Business Park, you name it. You're going to have so many centers in Jabal Ali, the expo area, a lot of commercial centers being introduced. That's going to bring in job opportunities. People want to live close to that. You have that option in horizontal development. That's the best thing ever for any single person in Dubai that's looking for a unique lifestyle. That's how I see the future is coming out now. You might challenge me and tell me, so why don't we go deeper into the desert? Because we have that opportunity, right? Yes. I don't think we're going to go as deep into the desert for multiple reasons. One of them is the travel distance. So today, you have the centers of Dubai, and still you have Sharjah and you have Abu Dhabi at the same time. So at some point in time, if the travel time from where you're working to Sharjah or Abu Dhabi is shorter than going into a deeper area in Dubai, the choice is obvious, correct? So that's why geographically the city will be bounded, not just by its geographic boundaries, by also by the development and this transportation boundary. That's going to be defining the actual boundary of development within the city.
In terms of construction, the reason why you can explain it best. The geography of this country, does it really support with allowing you to build faster compared to other countries around the world?
Look, the geography
because
helps.
Everything is so dry, is it actually a blessing?
It is, and everything is horizontal. When you want to construct on mountains or where you have hills, it's definitely more challenging. That's one. But more importantly, what helps in Dubai is the governmental infrastructure. So when you want to have approvals for any designs, the path is clear. You know exactly what needs to be done and when.
You know every single step, what to do.
You do it and you get response from the government at an insane record times. Infrastructure, it keeps getting developed continuously. From day one, you know exactly the power load that's going to be allocated for your project. If you need any bridges, when it will be constructed, and how much you need to pay for that. You need all of that in detail. No room for surprises. And that's why I believe that's driving the speed of construction in Dubai at a very high speed. The speed at which you see construction in Dubai cannot be compared to many places in the region or the world. Like compared to London or compared to Miami. We have so many councils that enters into decision-making process. It takes like 6-7 years maybe for you from the moment you think of a project to the moment it's completed and executed, sometimes more, where it's not the case in Dubai. You buy a plot, you go by the rules, you design, you get approval, you sell and you construct. Simple.
In terms of construction, when you first started, the way construction was done was very different. How has it evolved over time? What are the different ways construction is being done right now for increasing the speed? Can you tell us more about that, as well as machinery, new machinery, how the challenges of the past are no longer challenges?
Look, there are many new technologies that's helping with the construction, but on the global level, with all honesty, construction is one of the few industries that so far didn't see any major breakthroughs for the last few decades.
Okay.
There are some evolutions, but I cannot call them breakthroughs. So one of them, as an example, is the mixing machines for concrete, by which you minimize the quantity of void, which enhances the load-bearing capacity of the concrete. The climbing, what they call it, the climbing scaffoldings.
Yes.
That helps us in reducing the amount of time needed for you to pour concrete for each and every floor.
Okay.
That reduces it from around 7 days to 3 days. That slashes it by half. You have a lot of technology that comes to the quality control and inspection, installation of tiles. All of that, they help a lot in enhancing and increasing the speed of construction. But breakthroughs, it didn't happen yet because, as an example, 3D printing, it's working well,
Yes.
but it doesn't work on large-scale projects yet. Is it coming? I think it is. I think also drones shortly will have a major role in construction.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
In what sense? Can you elaborate?
For example, transportation of material from ground to upper levels, installation of glass, rather than using human workers
Yes.
for them to install it, which is risky for them from one side, and also it comes with a certain level of speed that can be done in a quicker time with drones, no rest times. Even if there is heat, still they can work. I think those will be helping a lot in increasing the speed of construction.
I have seen that in certain countries, especially in China, now they're building towers in 48 to 20, 24 to 48 hours with the concept of how you build Lego bricks. How feasible is this? Do you think this will be the future?
Well, what you're referring to is steel construction.
Okay.
It's not concrete construction,
Okay.
which is way quicker than concrete.
Okay.
But also it comes at a very high cost,
Because of the material.
of course. So it makes sense in countries like China and towers like, let's say, 60, 70, 80, 100 floors. Yes, it makes sense there. So this helps a lot in increasing the construction speed. And obviously in China, like finding enough number of labor is not a challenge at all.
Piece of cake,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So it works there. Here in the region, steel construction is not as popular, is not as common. It is present, obviously, but not as common and still expensive.
Okay.
So if you go through that path, you're going to be substantially increasing your construction costs, and accordingly, you have to increase your price. Maybe it will become more popular in the coming few years, but also it comes with a set of challenges depending on the weather, because also the steel will require a lot of maintenance because it's subject to erosion, unlike
Oh,
concrete.
really?
Of course.
Okay.
Unless you use a composite structure where you have the steel like sunken in concrete to protect it, which again increases construction cost.
Understood. Understood. And can you explain more why it cannot be done with concrete?
Because concrete has a certain load-bearing capacity, and it fails mostly at tension level. So concrete can handle more compression and less
Okay.
tension.
Okay.
And that's why in construction you use something called reinforced concrete, where you
Yes.
install the steel bars
Yes.
inside of the
Internally,
concrete. Yeah.
yes.
So the role of the steel is usually to handle tension, and the role of the concrete is to handle compression.
Mhm.
At a certain point, when you have high loads because of the size of the building and the number of floors, you need to fill the concrete with huge quantity of steel to the point where it doesn't make sense to use reinforced concrete. It makes more sense to go and use full steel
Steel
concrete.
itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then if you want to enhance the the compression bearing capacity of the steel, then you do something called composite structure, by which you surround or you pour concrete around the I-beams or the steel structures.
Okay. Interesting. What else are the challenges that you think Dubai would face due to its massive growth at lightning fast speeds?
I think the biggest challenge will be upgrading the infrastructure at speed of the human or the population growth rates. I know that people outside of Dubai, they say, yeah, well, Dubai is full of transient people, the population size is limited. Well, they're not living in the city. When you walk around or when you drive during peak hours, you could see the amount of people in the city, and it's growing at an insane pace, which is very healthy for the country. Actually, people, they hate it when they are stuck in traffic.
Traffic.
I love it because I say, oh, thank God. It's
Really?
all business. It's all business. Yeah.
Okay, got it. It's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
It's a good
when there's
sign.
no traffic, that means there is no people. We have a problem.
Yeah, during summer, that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's going to be the biggest challenge. But the way the government is managing the situation, expansion of the metro lines, the new bridges, particularly in new areas, like I could see this very clearly in Dubai Land area. So obviously the government understands very well where the growth is coming in which areas and it's taking action from now. I only see a bright future for Dubai. And again, that's not because I'm living here. It's not because I work in Dubai. Genuinely, I believe if a financial crisis will hit, that will be to the best interest of Dubai.
That's good news, right? That's good news for all of us. As you said, the faster the construction happens, the more areas will be developed. There'll be not much plots available. This will lead to reconstructing existing towers. Do you think that will be a very new market that's going to come?
Of course.
We have development, and soon we're going to have companies that will be specializing in
Redevelopment.
demolition and redevelopment.
100% it's coming, and it's coming sooner than you think. Because when you are, and I've seen it because I'm come from a city like Beirut.
Yes.
I've seen this evolution. Historically in Beirut, you used to find a lot of houses, old houses. But because of the increase of the property value, those got knocked down and towers were built in place of those houses. It's natural. And it happens for cities like Paris, London. Dubai is entering this evolution now, I believe.
And what do you think in the next few years? Do you think leasehold areas will be completely redeveloped and there will be options for freehold for the coming residences?
I think it's coming sooner than you think. I think so. Because if we thought about it, I'm sure the Dubai's government thought about it way before us. And I'm sure they have plans already for that. And because we are all into business here, so if there is an opportunity to expand the scope for development and to give more room for developers to introduce more projects and for new developers to enter the market, I don't think the government will spare any effort to help creating more business opportunities in the country.
What is your thoughts on newer technologies in terms of construction? So we're going at a very fast pace. How do you see the construction would be as we're building a lot of islands? Now, Dubai's shore is filled with islands. We as a company, we have a lot of projects in the islands. How do you see that growth? Do you think we'll keep building deeper into the ocean and the seas?
Well, I believe that's always an option. But construction in the sea is not as easy as people think.
Okay.
Economies of scale that comes with it also is a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I see a room for that. But you cannot say never in Dubai. There are always new opportunities to create more investment opportunities for everyone. But I don't see that it's going to be like the way it was in the 2000s, because also simply if you check the map of Dubai, you have Palm Jabal Ali, Palm Jumeirah, you have the maritime city. You check and you have Dubai Islands, obviously, and the World Island.
Yes.
If you check all of those, you see like the room for introducing something new in the shoreline is not impossible, but it's limited.
Yes, it's very limited.
Yeah.
Do you think that these locations will hold more value very soon because it's, again, the last few options available?
Anything that's facing water in Dubai will increase in value way more than you think, because I don't see many lands in Dubai in general, particularly in areas with water view, and everyone loves water in Dubai.
Understood.
I promise you.
And what is your opinion on the other Emirates? There's construction going on everywhere at the moment.
Abu Dhabi is coming pretty strong.
Very strong.
Yeah, because they have a very long shoreline.
Yes.
They have amazing nature, the mangroves, the quality of water is very good. Visibility under the water is amazing. They're coming up with very high-end projects. I seriously believe prices of real estate in Abu Dhabi are severely underpriced, by the way.
Oh, you think so?
100%.
Uh-huh.
100%. And I see there's a lot of room for growth and money making in Abu Dhabi.
And what's your opinion on Ras Al Khaimah?
Ras Al Khaimah, it's almost fully occupied, honestly, particularly like area like Marjan. I was there a week ago.
Okay.
They have only 2 or 3 plots that are still empty. Everything is sold, launched, developed, under development. So Ras Al Khaimah is already big. Like it's not up and coming. It came already.
It came and went too fast.
100%.
Now we're about to enter 2026, 2027. The casinos are opening up. What do you think about the casinos? Do you think they'll be opening up in Dubai?
Honestly, I think yes, logically it should come at some point in time. Not sure when, but logically I think, yeah, why not? Dubai has everything, right? It has the biggest malls, the islands, the entertainment. So why not to add the casino to the mix?
So whoever is planning to buy property, you better rush and start buying right now
100%.
because the prices are going to take off.
I'm 100% sure. And all of those, and don't believe all of those reports, market correction is coming. I've been hearing this talk for the last 5-6 years. People that don't understand how the real estate value works keep giving those lectures. Because look, it's very simple. In real estate, value is driven by 2 things: scarcity of land
Yes.
and the population density. And if you look at Dubai, the size of the population growth over the last few years is extremely impressive. Second, we both know land is extremely rare.
Exactly. So in simple terms, what you just said is low supply, high demand.
100%. 100%. So people that put their money in Dubai's real estate market, I think they made a very wise choice. I hope that you invested well.
Oh, yes. I've already started investing. You travel a lot. You go do seminars. You're always flying different countries. What you have observed, what is it that you have observed in other countries in comparison to Dubai? And can you share something that really shocked you?
As an example, developing in London and in Miami, to me, like, was such a painful experience because of number of approvals and the speed at which you could do the constructions. Limitations for construction operations are crazy. So, no, with all my due respect, no wonder that Europe in general and US is becoming far behind Dubai when it comes to real estate development. No one wants to live there. No one wants to invest there. I would never invest in Europe, in any country there for any reason, because I have Dubai. Dubai is a way better option. And plus, if you are an international investor, what are your options? Look at the prices in Miami. And Miami is overpriced and unsafe. Europe, we know the story, what's going on. It's very unsafe. Level of crime is jumping off the roof. And you have Singapore, which is an island, limited supply. I think most of the lands, if not all the lands, are developed already. And you have Dubai. It's still up till now. The prices of properties is around 25% the price of property in Europe. It goes without saying that the potential of growth in Dubai is far away from stabilization, far. The moment our prices are close to the prices of Europe, I will tell you, yes, it's not like we're going to have a downfall. We reached a stable stage.
Yes.
Till then, there is a lot of room of growth.
And also, I was looking into Singapore. The reason why Singapore is flourishing is because majority of all the family offices, majority of the people have moved their family offices to Singapore. And a trend that now we are witnessing is family offices are moving to Dubai.
100%.
Every big name is slowly moving to Dubai. JP
100%.
Morgan, you know the names better than me.
Yeah. No, definitely that's a very important symptom. And then that's also another example that shows how cities can become hubs. People say, well, Dubai is the middle of a desert, so why it will sustain on the long run? Again, look at Singapore. It was an island, limited supply. It flourished, and it's the hub of Asia. Now Dubai is becoming the hub of the world.
So, doctor, before we end this podcast, I would like to ask you to give some sort of advice, because we have a lot of audience watching who are individuals representing big names here in the real estate market. And I'm possibly sure there must be investors as well watching and craving to get as much as value from you. So I would love to request you to share some few words.
With pleasure. What I would say is that investment in real estate, to me, is one of the best, if not the best investment, for multiple reasons. When you buy gold, gold doesn't produce money.
Yes.
When you buy stocks, if you are lucky, you get a dividend, but in most of the cases, dividend is not distributed. Crypto doesn't produce money for you. Real estate does. Then, if you want to leverage your equity and maximize your portfolio and take financing, you can do that in real estate. You cannot take loans for stocks. You cannot take loans to buy gold. You can take personal loans, separate story.
Yes.
So that's why you have a great opportunity to create a passive income stream through real estate. Second, don't go cheap. Don't go look for the cheapest possible price in the market. Look for the right location. Look for the right product. Understand the market needs and pick up the product that mixes and matches with that. And there's a major misconception in the market that you make most of your money with the cheapest and smallest units, i.e. studios and one beds. It's not always true at all.
It's changing.
100%. There is a lot of demand on luxury products. Luxury products can double and triple your money if you pick up the right location, the right design, and if you go with the right developers. If you go with those three elements, you can make tons of money in this market.
Thank you so much, doctor. That
My
was
pleasure.
a lot of valuable information. It was not just real estate, it was information that was so valuable from a man who is specializing in 3 different things: real estate, fitness, look at him, he's so fit, and
Thanks, man.
relationships. Because at the end of the day, business, growth, life itself is all about relationships.
100%.
Thank you, doctor.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
I love this podcast. It was very entertaining, very interesting from a man who has done a lot in his career and his personal life. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We have many more interesting guests coming on board to share value, wisdom, and knowledge to all of you. And see you at the next episode.